So reports are coming out that the Green Bay Packers, are trying to make Jordan Love potentially one of the highest paid players in the NFL during this offseason, heading into the 2024-2025 season. Let me just say this right now. The Green Bay Packers should gather together more data before extending Jordan Love to a long-term contract. Ideally, if you're Green Bay, you should let Jordan Love play one more full season before you pay the guy. And let me tell you why. Because here's the thing. There's a potential possibility that what Jordan Love did was a fluke. Now, am I arguing what he did was a fluke? You know, throwing for over 4,000 yards, second in the NFL in touchdown passes, won a playoff game versus Dallas, arguably had a better first season starting in Green Bay compared to even Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. I'm not necessarily saying it's a fluke, but all I'm saying is I don't think there's any rush to pay Jordan Love because we've seen situations where franchises have kind of over-evaluated the situations that they've been in. You know, where, Daniel Jones, he finally shows he can be potentially the franchise quarterback for the Giants, and the Giants pay the guy, he wins a playoff game, he leads them to the playoffs for the first time in a while, and they paid him too prematurely, he gets injured, and just is not the high-end upside quarterback you thought he would be. You look at Geno Smith, it looks like Seattle probably paid the guy too early. I mean, heck, we've even seen in the past a guy like Case Keenum have an MVP type season with the Vikings. There's a situation where Case Keenum was in the NFC Championship game with the Vikings, and people were potentially saying, maybe you should pay Case Keenum. You have to understand this. And again, I'm not comparing Jordan Love to Daniel Jones, to Geno Smith, to Case Keenum, who went on this crazy run with the Vikings several years ago, leading them to the NFC Championship game. Not comparing him to those guys. Jordan Love is his own type of player. I'm just giving prime examples of situations where quarterbacks can have a great year and be a great story, but eventually flame out. We need to fully know what kind of quarterback Jordan Love is before you potentially start rolling out the big boy paycheck. Is Jordan Love truly a game manager? Is he a game changer? Can he continue to be a great leader for Green Bay? If you've done it once, why can't you do it twice? So I don't think there's any reason why Green Bay shouldn't just sit back, put their feet up, maybe get a strawberry daiquiri or two, and just see how this plays out. I don't think there's any rush for why you should pay Jordan Love a crap ton of money. And listen, the expectations for Jordan Love, to me, need to be a little bit higher compared to some of these other quarterbacks, because Jordan Love got to sit for 3 years and learn from the great Aaron Rodgers. So if you've been tutored by arguably the most talented quarterback to ever throw the football, I think my expectations and my standards should be a little bit higher for you. And this is only 1 year that Jordan Love has started. And again, if you look at the whole body of work, to a degree, it's been a success. But at one point, the Green Bay Packers were a 2-5 football team, and people were wondering, is Jordan Love a backup quarterback? Those were some of the claims that were being made about him. And then, obviously, he goes into Detroit on Thanksgiving. He dominates. And ever since that point, up until that 49ers playoff game, he was just scorching hot and never looked back. But this is the same Green Bay Packers team that barely beat terrible Carolina Panthers team. They lost to the Tommy DeVito-led New York Giants. So all I'm saying is, before I potentially make the claim Jordan Love is a long-term franchise quarterback, I need to see more than 1 year of a body of work sample size. That's how I feel about Jordan Love. You can cry about it if you want, but that's how I feel about Jordan Love. And I think Green Bay would be very smart to just see how it plays out. That's all you need to do. There's no rush here. Let Jordan Love continue to prove himself. And I think Jordan Love has a lot of potential, but only time will tell as far as what Green Bay does. They'll probably pay Jordan Love early in the offseason. And look, they've had the guy in the building for 4 going on 5 years. So they probably know more about what they have compared to me, who's an outsider that just watches preseason games, occasional practice clips, and obviously the in-game clips during the regular season. So they probably have more of an idea of what Jordan Love is. But all I'm saying is be cautious before you pay the guy a little bit too early, potentially.